FD SOI, is it disruptive or is it just another process? Recently, I was asked to look into this question by several people that I know, and also I've been invited to talk at the SOI Consortia. So what I'm giving you is the same presentation I gave at the SOI Consortia in mid-April 2016, and then you can look at the slides, because the slides will also be in the electronics semiconductor section of weSRCH. So why don't we get started and get into it? Go to slide 2. And I should give you a bit of background because for a long time I was really quiet about SOI in general. I didn't say much, especially the FD. People were talking about it saving you so much money because of a couple mass levels, and none of our models agreed with that. And I just couldn't justify seeing that the decision-making process would make a decision. And in fact, if you looked at most of the world, they weren't making that decision. I don't like to be negative, so I wasn't out there criticizing to raining on people's parades. But what I'm always looking for is where are the opportunities, and that's where I think things have really changed. And moving on to slide 3, I mean the big change was that I saw was when I got the presentation from GLOBALFOUNDRIES on their 22FDX. Because at that point I began to see some real differentiable features that were in FD, and that was potentially disruptive to the industry, especially when you look at what's happening in our world, because we have this intersection of IoT, putting all this electronics out at the very edge. It has to run on batteries. It's a very power stingy world that we're looking at going into the future. You know, we thought mobile smartphones were power stingy. This is going to be really power stingy. And so there's some real abilities with fully depleted SOI that can really give you power and performance trade-offs real time, that you can have it software controllable, and that's a big difference from anything in the past. So and then I got asked to talk at the SOI, so that meant for me anyway that I had to go out and talk to some people and find out, validate my opinions on what was going on, and went out and talked to some users. So